Good morning, everybody. You're watching Wild Fed Family, and today is actually the second day of turkey season in Georgia. Yesterday was opening morning, and we had some nasty thunderstorms come through, and I had to get some stuff done around the house, so I actually spent all day fixing fences. But I'm out here today. We got a clear morning. I should be able to hear the turkeys gobble because the wind's not whipping. So let's go get us a turkey dinner. All right, so as soon as I stepped out of the truck, I had a bunch of birds gobbling, but they're probably 70, 80 yards on the other side of the property line. So I'm gonna walk back here, kind of get away from the roads and civilization, and see if I can't let out a couple yelps to locate, and we'll go from there. Now, I was out here during extended archery season, and after I arrowed a doe, I was blood trailing her, and probably about 100 yards from the blind I was sitting in, I had about 20 turkeys getting up in their roost. So I made a mental note of that. Actually took a video of it, and here it is. Well, I know we're gonna be turkey hunting. Yeah, so I'm out here running them down this morning. There it is. Yo, that has got to be the quickest turkey hunt of my entire life. So I got out here, got to the truck, like I said, I heard a couple gobbles, ran out here, tried to get away from the road. As soon as I got here, sat up against the tree and just give a couple clucks, and I had two birds work their way in a matter of, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Got them to about 35 yards, had an opening rep between the tree, and took my shot, and he is down. So let's go pick him up. There we go. We are on the board. All right, let's pack it out to the truck, head to church. It's a good morning. All right, so I'm back at the house now, and it is exactly 1 hour from when I left, and it's about 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, so my best guess is a 30-minute turkey hunt. But while this bird is still hot, and it's essential that you get the feathers off while it's still hot, I'm gonna go ahead and pluck it. If you let the bird cool down, then the feathers aren't gonna come off nearly as easy, and I want to use the skin because we're gonna make something really good. So let's clean this bird. All right, y'all. So I'm not gonna go claiming that this was massive Tom. He was a pretty decent sized Jake, but not quite there yet. But he does have something that's pretty special about him. So let me show you this. Right here is the beard. It's I don't know, it's like 5.5 inches or so. Okay. Here's another beard, and here's another beard. This turkey right here was a triple beard turkey. I've shot a double beard before, never a triple beard, so this was pretty cool. I don't care how big he was, I got 3 beards out of this bird. All right, y'all, so I got my turkey completely undressed, and you want to get as much of the feathers out as you can. Now something like the wing tips, I'd usually just clip them off because I don't know if you've cleaned a wild turkey before, but they're extremely hard to get off. But what you're left with is a bunch of these little hairs right here. So what I'm gonna do is just take the blowtorch, clean it off, and we'll be ready to get the innards out. All right, so I'm not going to show you this part because I want to remain on YouTube, but let me go ahead and get this thing gutted out, cleaned out, and I'll show you all of the parts and pieces that are usable, what I'm going to keep, and what I'm not. All right, the messy part is over with, so let me show you what I'm working with here. So right here, I got the fan, and it's not a super mature bird, like I said earlier, so I'll probably keep that fan and use it as, you know, addition to some decoys. Next over, I got my 3 beards. Like I said, not much for spurs. If you want to keep the spurs, keep the feet. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. And recently I've gotten into some recurve shooting, so who knows, I may make some arrows at some point. So I saved a couple wing feathers just for the heck of it. Now, as far as what we're gonna eat, all right, so I saved the liver, I saved the heart, I saved the gizzard, and I saved the neck. Now that's most commonly the undesirables, but you can make some really great stuff out of that, and I'm looking forward to showing you. Next, we have the whole bird, and for what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm actually gonna break this down at some point, but what I want to do is leave this entire bird just like that in the refrigerator for at least 24 hours and let it go through rigor, because it's only going to give you more tender meat. So anyway, I'm going to finish cleaning this stuff up. I'm going to put this turkey in the fridge, and I'm going to head to church, but I'll see you back tomorrow. All right, well, here we are a couple days later, and this bird has sat in my fridge for, I want to say 3 days now, and it's ready to go ahead and portion out, and we're gonna make something really cool. So let me take you in for a closer look. All right, guys, check this out. That right there is the skin of the neck. So I stripped the neck out, we got the skin, and this right here is gonna be our casing. Let's go ahead and cut that thing off, and we'll get to the next step. All right, so all I'm gonna do is stretch it out. Just one clean cut all the way down. There it is. Okay, so the part of the bird that we're going to be using for this recipe is going to be the thigh. Now, wild turkeys do a lot of walking, and typically their legs and thighs tend to be a little bit tough. So we're going to do something to make that super tender. Watch this. First step, let's go ahead and take off the thigh. So I'm going to remove the drumstick right here. And all you got to do is follow the bones. Pop it right up. There you go. But you can see how tough it is with that. So there's the drumstick taken off. And let's go for the thigh now. And I want to do my best to take the skin off here because I do want to use it for something else. That piece might have to stay on. Skin comes off, pop the joint, and just light pressure on your knife, and it'll do the rest of the work for you.
There you go. There is your wild turkey thigh. Next step, let's go ahead and take the bone out. There's the bone. Run your knife along it, peel the meat back, work your way down. And I will say, you don't have to be super clean with this, just get the meat off the bone. And that is not garbage. We're setting that to the side to make turkey stock. Now I talked about this being a little bit tough. So what we're gonna do is mince it up. Now you can put this right through your meat grinder, but I'm just gonna use my knife since it's a small portion, chop it super fine. Let's speed it up, I'll show you. All right, we're in the greenhouse. Let's pick some herbs. All right, parsley. You can use curled or you can use Italian. Either one doesn't matter. Whatever you have, it's still gonna taste good. Couple sage leaves. A little bit of thyme. And a sprig of rosemary. And last but not least, we need some green onion. So when your onions are growing, gardening tip right here, as the leaves start to fall over, it cuts out the circulation and it takes nutrients away from the bulb that you're actually trying to grow, sort of like that. So go ahead, pick those, eat those, and you get to use your onions twice. We got what we need. Let's head back to the kitchen, make something good. All right, so here we go. We got all of our ingredients together, and if you're looking for measurements, sorry, I don't really have them. You saw the handful that I had, and that's it. Finely diced. I got my green onion, and I got all my herbs finely chopped. The next thing is my turkey neck. That's our casing that I was talking about. So we got that. I'll show you more. Ground turkey, minced turkey, same thing. Olive oil, and salt and pepper. I usually do like a 3 to 1. So here we go. Turkey goes in the bowl. Herbs, green onion, salt, pepper, olive oil. Be generous because wild turkey does not have a lot of fat in it. Let's mix it. There it is, all mixed up. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the fridge. And while it's cooling down and kind of solidifying to the point where we can work, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we're gonna do with our turkey neck skin casing. All right, so we got our turkey neck right here, and I got a piece of butcher string. Now, all I did was tie a simple slip knot right here. And if you're a fisherman, then you should have plenty of those in your arsenal. If not, I say Google it, because I'm just not going to teach you how to tie a slip knot on this video right here. So there it is. Got it nice and tight. End of our casing is tied off. Let's stuff this thing full of meat. Got the casing, got the meat. Let's pack it full. And when I'm doing this, I'm just packing it down as tight as I can. And you'd be amazed at how much this can stretch. So, pretty much just making a fat sausage log, and you want to get all of the air bubbles out, well, as many of them as you can. Just gonna make for a more even cook and crispier skin. So pack it till we can't. So same thing on this end. It's packed nice and tight, and got the same simple slip knot. Slide it over, lock down your knot, and yeah, pretty much it. So we can go ahead and trim off the extra skin on the end just to make it look nice. You don't have to. You can leave it on there, let it get crispy, But snug it up once more. And yeah, trim the string. So there you have it. You have a turkey thigh stuffed into turkey neck skin with fresh greens. Now, I will say you can go ahead and use like dried herbs for this. You don't have to make everything fresh from your garden, whatever. But it's always gonna taste better fresh. That's it right there. Make all the jokes that you want, leave them in the comments. But I'm gonna stick this thing in the fridge and kind of let it just, all the flavors mix and solidify a little bit. We'll get to cooking in a little bit, but I have some chores to do. So I'm gonna go outside, work on that stuff, and when dinner time is ready, we'll get to cooking. So I never ended up getting around to cooking this last night, but that's fine because it sat in the fridge and it allows some of the moisture to escape out of the skin. Plus it allows the herb, salt, pepper, everything to really mix and flavor this throughout. So let's cook it now. So I got an entire stick of butter in a small pan. I'm gonna put it in there, melt it down, and keep this at medium to medium-low heat. All right, once your butter is heated up and it has separated, it means all the moisture has come out of the butter. That's what you want. And here's another thing I forgot to tell you is all these that you see are where my pellets went in. And that's one reason why I'm cooking it like this, because rather than losing moisture, all you're gonna do is gain butter. Now, I just wanna keep this in the butter, low heat, and just rolling it and basting it. This thing's probably about 2 inches thick, so it's gonna take a little bit longer to cook than, you know, a typical sausage. So low heat over time, and let the skin get nice and crispy and make sure it cooks all the way through. And whatever you do, do not let your butter burn. If your butter starts burning, take it out, dump it out, start over, or put this thing on a tray and stick it in the oven and finish it that way. All right, so this has been cooking probably about 20 minutes now, and you just want to let it get golden brown. Check out this new helmet though. All right, so after about half an hour of poaching in the butter, that's what it looks like. It's golden brown, it's cooked all the way through. Oops, almost lost it. But I am gonna stick it in the oven for about 5 minutes at 400 to get this skin crispy. All right, so I just pulled this out of the oven and I let it rest for about 5 minutes. And while it was resting, I ran down to the garden. I got stuff like red and green romaine, green onion, and some arugula, and an absolute pile of spinach that needs to be used up. So I got a very simple salad right here. But let's go ahead and cut into this thing and see what it looks like. Now, I'm gonna keep this super simple because I want the turkey to do all of the talking. So right there, I got my greens, throw them on the plate, and a little bit of red wine vinegar. Just drizzle it over the top. Not too much, a little bit of olive oil. And then the turkey on top of that. Let's see here. Just like that. So let's find out how it tastes. There it is. That's dinner. So I'm gonna go all in and just stick with this end piece. That is probably some of the best wild turkey I've ever eaten. 10 out of 10. The salad, clean, fresh, delicious, simple. That's all it takes. So look, far too often guys spend a ton of time scouting, finding birds, killing birds, getting it home, but then what they lack is the cleaning and the preparation and the cooking part, and even learning how to cook it. One, their family won't even eat what they cook, and two, their buddies won't either. So take the time to take care of what you kill and what you bring home, and make something unique. You make something special, make something that, you know, people have never heard of. This is just kind of a random idea that I had that I just kind of went with. But you know what? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. So make sure you get out there and enjoy the outdoors and make something great for you, your family, your friends, and that's pretty much all I got. So if you got any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, like the video, share the video, and as always, be sure to subscribe because it really helps the channel out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.